Hello, my name is Brecht Lein from ECDPM, and I'm here with Gaspar Frontini, head of the PCD unit within DG Development Cooperation. Mr. Frontini, your unit recently released the 2013 Policy Coherence for Development report. What would you say are the main findings in that report, and could you also identify perhaps some of the key challenges for the future in terms of bringing development concerns more up to the forefront in some of the key policy areas like EU biofuels policies or the common agricultural policy?
Okay. Well, thank you very much. First of all, just to explain that this is a report covering both the action of the EU and the action of member states. And it's a report that we have done together with all member states and all the DGs in the Commission. Within this, we have focused on 5 key areas that we think are important. These are food security and agriculture, climate change, finance and trade, security and migration. These are the areas in which you will find the key elements. It's very rich, it's very difficult for me to synthesize, but if you want me to mention one particular example, I would mention an example which is linked to the legislation we have put forward in terms of country-by-country reporting. These are legislation that will oblige European companies investing in third countries to specify the payments they make to governments in terms of extractive industries or the exploitation of natural resources. We think this is a very important step for transparency, both in the EU and outside the EU, on the way we manage well or less well natural resources. So now, on coming back to the future and what I think are the key challenges of PCD. There are many, of course, but probably for me the most important is, first, to make sure that we gather sufficient political backing, because many of these issues are of the political nature in the sense that you have to do some kind of arbitrage between different interests, and you need the political level to do that. But in relation to that, and at the same time, we have to find a way of delivering solid, detailed analysis of the impact so that the political arbitrage can be taken on solid basis. And for that, we have to use better some of the instruments that we have in the European Commissions, for instance, the impact assessments that we do for each legislation. Another very important challenge, I think, is to get the concept of PCD, Policy Coherence for Development, beyond the European borders. Because this is a concept we have here, yes, but it's a concept that is not very well known outside Europe. So I think we have to profit in particular of the post-2015 discussions as a platform, as an excellent opportunity to make this concept better known and better applied also outside Europe. This should not be an exercise of self-flagellation in Europe. It should be an exercise which is done worldwide. Finally, I think it's very important to get also the perspective of the recipient countries. And for that, we are contacting all our EU delegations to have feedbacks. And maybe a fourth priority, try to find examples, not only of problematic issues in which interests diverge between different policies, but also positive examples in which we can find synergies and in which development policy objectives and other policies objectives can go in the same direction. So very rapidly, this is how I see the challenges in the future.
Plenty of challenges, but we're going in the right way.
I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
On another note then, for the ETDG puzzle book, we're gathering some general views on some of the key questions that we see in the future EU role as a global actor. So one of them would be, or we would be interested in your views on the EU's capacity to take a different line in the overall structuring of the global economic system.
Well, I think the EU is very well positioned to have an impact on the way the world's economy is evolving. We have to remember, first of all, that we are, for instance, the first, in terms of trade, we are the first market in the world. More than 20% of all imports worldwide come to the EU. We are also the first market for developing countries. And we are the first market for agricultural products. So we do have a central place in the economy in terms of trade. In investment, almost half of all foreign direct investment in the world comes from the EU. So we do have, in terms of development assistance, we give more than half of the total development assistance. So we have the tools. We have the tools to speak loudly in the world economy. We have also, on a number of issues, being green growth, being equity, being social security systems, some models to, if not teach to the world, at least to present to the world. So we have also this background. Putting all this together, and if we can put all this together and speak with one stronger voice, I think we have all the elements to have a very substantial impact in the way the decisions in terms of economic governance in the world are taken.
Okay, thank you very much,
Welcome.
Mr. Frontini.